Alright, we are live. Oh, excuse me. Got a little slight cough still dealing. Alright, welcome back to Streams of Spero. Again, I have lost track of these episodes now because it's so sporadic. But I have 4 of my players tonight. We will have Rico back at some point. He's just running a little bit late. Jeremy is ill, and we are a little MIA on Glenn. So, but this is kind of a journey trip, so to give it a little time. But we do have Jacob back playing Valerian. So we have him, and then Matt is here playing Aleski. Jen is here with Cassandra, and Liwanika here playing. We don't know who Liwanika's playing because he has left with HK.
So I'm gonna shut my picture off, and when you introduce me, I will come back.
All right. And he will remain silly Goodall. All right. Rico is here. Is Jew or Epic Tharp?
What? That's not me. Where's my name?
Where are you and your big many names?
Give him a half hour to type it in.
Yeah, we have time. So last we left, this will give Rico time to type in his big long name for Jew. As last we left, the party had split up. Aleski had taken his party off to Feng's Port to try to find out what the hell is going on with these markings on him about the devil connection, and try to set up a meeting with possibly the devil that he does know, with Hartmore, and see where that would lead. Unfortunately, that didn't seem like it led really much anywhere, except a conflict which activated, looks like, one of the full rune set on his body, and that has gotten him a little angry. With Jew, though, he also was given a gift from these devilish allies of the party, and he has now a very ominous full plate set that seems to have a possessed being inside of that as well. And they didn't know too much of that until their return to the regular group at Greenwood. The group at Greenwood found out that there were the Fae, the Eladrin, were attacking or assaulting or harassing or doing other things to now the people of Greenwood, the actual citizens, and that became a problem. So they had to do some tracking and investigation, and when they did so, they did make some contact, but they also ran into a very odd meeting, because when 2 of their, Cassandra and Vaymont, were ambushed, it happened to be Pepper who was amongst those that were attacking the people of the town. And just before that, the Knights of Nine had attacked, killing Rydell, so that was part of some of the stress that is going on with the group, and HK deciding to resolve the Fae problem has gone off on his own into the Fae Woods, the Fae Forest, to meet the Queen and find out whatever he can possibly do. And of course the party is well aware that there's no idea what the timetable of that is going to entail, so we are kind of in limbo with there. So more or less, Alarin, you've been kind of like trying to get your bearings of things of sort. Things have all been kind of happening more or less suddenly and rapidly. Really no fault of your own. You were off in other parts of the town until things kind of happened, and they would happen very quickly, and then they were done. So there's nothing to be real. You had to be NPC during a situation. These were very sudden attacks that it all happened. So Zindrid has mentioned that she basically is ready to take the group first thing in the morning to head north, which we're assuming is, I'm assuming that's where the party wants to go, which would be up in this corner area here, where somewhere Van Rowe is in this little area somewhere out there, which a network of caves or something that you were told that you needed to find him. So unless there is different plans, then I'm assuming you guys can start to prepare for that. Glenn just mentioned he lost track of time and he's on his way. So you guys can kind of discuss a little bit of things. Obviously Jacob has been missing for a bit, so he can get a time to kind of put in his 2 cents and his feelings, or if you guys want to reflect some of your, you don't know where you want to be and you want a bit of Valerian's view to that, then we have the time to do so.
Jew, is that new armor?
Yes. Yes, it is. My champion's armor. Do you like it?
Yeah, it looks great. Looks so good, it's almost too good to be true.
Quite possible. But it came in very handy. It helped me and some of my counterparts here helped us take down another round in the gladiatorial ring.
So you guys were unable to meet with Azariel? Is that what it is? Is that how it said?
Oleski was trying to get the meeting, and in order to help facilitate the meeting, I agreed to go back into the arena with Cassandra and the other guy.
Vaymon.
Vaymon. Sorry, he doesn't like me, so...
That is true. That is fair.
Ah, so you forget his name on purpose.
You know,
Welcome
partially. Partially. But, yes. Been interesting. Last little adventure. So Oleski is still awaiting the meeting. And I believe my armor might be tied to him and partially, so interesting.
Can you take off that armor if you wanted to?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Have you tried that?
Well, why would I?
I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it.
It's been great for me so far. But the way we keep getting ambushed and everything, I'd
Weird.
be reluctant to take it off at this point.
So yes, it's true. I didn't meet with Zariel like I was hoping. They did offer to transport me to Hell, where Zariel is, the first layer of Hell, and I didn't feel leaving this plane of existence was the best plan in a short-term split up, especially with the concerns about traveling between the planes and time frames and that sort of thing. They did offer me a scroll that will potentially summon Zariel to a location that we're at for me to be able to speak with them at a time of our choosing.
Because that sounds like a fabulous idea.
Yeah, that sounds like something that you would really have to be planned out and the right circumstances.
Well, it was part of the agreement for winning the gladiatorial bout. So there's potentially less chance of shenanigans than if it was just a random summoning.
No. Well, it's something. Better than nothing, right?
The meeting was, part of the agreement. So we have that potentially to do. I'm still unaware of what is happening to me. But thanks to Jew and Cassandra and Vaymont, after I emphatically told them that I was attempting to be pacifistic so as not to cause any more deaths of sentient beings and continue charging up or activating the runes upon my body, they wholeheartedly agreed to leap right into the gladiatorial pit and kill everybody they saw.
Did
So-
you expect you to say anything different? Given the option of going into a gladiatorial bout and not doing that, she was going to do that. His name's not long enough to suit him yet.
Mr. Alexi, we were not supposed to be killing people?
Not in my name.
So to say they did it in Jew's name.
No, that was part of the Devil's agreement. Was they specifically agreed to kill in my name.
Yeah. Sounds like making a deal with the devil.
So I have
But
now
Wait,
9 activated
what devil?
sigils upon my body.
aren't devils similar to the Fae in that, though, that while their deals
There's
are
a catch.
fraught with peril, they have to follow their own set of rules? They fought in your name, which was Ju's choice. Did you accept it? If I inspire
I
faith
was
accidentally in people halfway across the world who start killing people in my name, I bear no responsibility for that, unless
I
you
didn't
accepted
make
it.
the deal with the devil. I made the deal with what's her name that was our handler when we were fighting last time.
Laura actually says, in fact, I do
About
kill
that.
in your name, my lady. And with pleasure.
And I accept that as part of your service. If Alexi did not accept it, if Alexi did not accept that they were being honored by these kills in some fashion,
I
did not
in fact
agree to
kept
this.
telling you not to agree to it, but he continued to agree to it.
Well, perhaps that will provide some chink in the enchantments that will allow us to help you one day.
Well,
So I'm
so
the bad
far,
guy.
so far I haven't
Just
felt
trying to help out.
any influence from these sigils, either negative or positive. I don't know that they're doing anything. I mean, they're obviously doing something or intended to do something, but I haven't seen them provide any noticeable effect. But now I have 9 of them that are glowing with power upon my body.
Who doesn't like tattoos?
Especially glowing ones.
I got some new ones.
Primarily, I just want to ask Zerial what they're doing, but that will be at a time when we feel it's right, insofar as using the scroll. But that was the outcome of the deal. Was I would have my meeting with Zerial. They offered a location. I turned that down. They then offered the backup option of the scroll so that the meeting could occur upon my time of and place of choosing. So, to the group, I would say I would like to do it at some point, I think. I mean, I would like to do it, but I'm not sure that it will ever be appropriate to do it. But if we reach a place in time where the rest of you feel that the risk is enough or less, or the location is safe enough to do it and try it, I still want to figure out what's happening to me.
That's a tough one. That's for sure.
But not something that I'm forcing a discussion on it now.
Yeah.
Just upon our travels, which I think is the more important conversation. Now that we're getting ready to leave, what is our immediate destination going forward?
I think we have to continue on and get the Syns. I mean,
certainly, but I mean,
even
we know we have to go
north because if we're all going to start changing our personalities, and we gotta get this thing taken care of. Shit are right off the pot time.
Yeah, but our stated destination right now is the north. So choosing where we're aiming, I think, is an important thing before we really get out on the road. North is a vague destination as far as where we're going to land and resupply next.
So we don't know exactly where we're going, just north.
Well, I'm from the northeast, so I'm familiar with that area.
Where
But
my arrow is where you assume that's where the beholder is.
that'll be northwest. I'm not quite as familiar with that side of the land.
Van Row.
Does that space indicate a known place or landmark or point of interest? Town, haunted cave? I mean, or is it just we have a vague idea of near the cove
There is a
or
town
the large
over
bay?
there. Pull up my things. Mortisport is that town right on the coast, right there, against the mountainside.
Okay.
Well, that
So
might be
Way
a...
across that village thing right there, that one right there under the mountains there,
Mhm.
that is fair. You have been there before. That is where the Northmen and all them are.
Has Cass ever been to the port?
Mortisport? No.
Okay.
You've been up and down Fangsport, Jacksonport, in the south part of there, but that is just. I will say, give me a history check out of you because you do know the West Coast.
What side?
Not good. I got an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do know that most sane people or sailors and captains do not go to Mortisport. There's something wicked and creepy about that place. There are tales of ships porting and never leaving. This is the best you've heard. The details and all that are all sailor stories.
I was going to say, do I believe those stories that I've heard, or do I believe them as sailors' suspicion?
Well,
Superstition.
Sort of. I mean, there's always some merit to sailor stories, so there's something to it. It's definitely not there's got to be something wrong with the place, because it's not... Because Fangsport and Jacksonport have activity all the time. And for some reason, Mortisport, which would seem logistical in a lot of other things, it doesn't get a lot of activities. No captains have ever gone there personally. Again, this is just stories you've heard in the taverns.
Okay.
Do you relay any of this, or is that staying just in your head?
Um,
It's
I'm
too
not
much.
fishing. I just want to know how to
no,
interpret it into what I say.
she'll keep that to herself, but instead though she's gonna say, has anybody been up that direction? Because I mean, if somebody knows it, I could scry it and I can get us there quicker. Maybe.
Anybody been up there?
Have you guys?
Any of us had? Yeah.
Like
Oh
I said,
yes,
the closest,
I'm intimately familiar with Mortisport.
Yeah.
Yes, surface.
the closest
I
you guys
actually
have
had
been
a
is
second
here.
cousin that lived there, so I'm practically an expert.
Well, here's the weird thing, Elarin. You are from not too far from the woods that are right above that. So above the Fey Forest, that forest called the Crow's Woods. You're from a farmland east of that. So you know a little bit of this area in here, but you don't know very much
The
northwest.
port.
And again,
Okay.
you've just heard a lot of tales of undead creatures and beasts. The Northwest is not a place.
So I've heard that too.
Yes, you've heard more of what is in the area of that. You don't know much about Mortisport, but you know in that Northwest area is like the land of the dead, more or less, especially in the mountain areas. Again, this
Okay,
is
well,
also
I'll tell
the
everybody
remote-
what I know about that area, and that caveat, it's been a little bit since I've been up there, but
Okay, and also part that you also
it's been a minute
believe
since
the
I've been in
lich
the
is up
area.
there. Dark Sun is somewhere in that mountain range, is
Oh,
what you
okay.
believe.
Well, sounds just our speed. Mortisport it is, it sounds like.
Now, how would you like to go there? Walking, or would
Could-
you like to go back to
How
Fangsport?
long did Mortisport always have that reputation. Did they have that reputation when I lived up there, or is that something more recent? Like it could be the influence of a creepy beholder living in the area
You can give me a history check.
as a sign.
I think our map's a little off. I feel like it should be a
25.
little farther north and west.
How much was that, Jake?
25, Ben.
25. Motorsport has had that
25.
reputation for at least 200 years.
Okay, so alright.
So
A little
if
older.
if anybody knows somebody up there, I can scry on them, and if they see if I can see trees from their perspective,
Does
I
it-
can get us there.
I don't know anybody there. Scrying also works with locations, correct? Not just a person. It also works
I'm-
with a location.
Reading it now, and it says a creature you choose on the same plane of existence.
Okay. Thought further down the spell it said that. Yeah, I don't know any person up there because humans would have been dead since I lived there.
Well, then I can't get us there today.
So the plan
Well,
could be
we're
walk,
about to.
or would you like to go back to Fangsport and grab your ship?
Didn't
Oh.
we send the ship on to a port farther north, anticipating that we go that direction at some point?
It's been sitting in Fangsport. But again, that was a Zarian ship, which you have had different feelings with in the last couple of weeks.
It's the travel time difference.
Well, she knows a wood in Fangsport, around outside Fangsport. So you're probably talking 3 days to Mortisport. If you were to walk from where you guys are now, more likely week and a half if everything is smooth sailing. But again, from what Alarian is telling you, it is just not. There are things that are moving around in the north, in the northwest area, which could be dangerous for regular travelers, not so much from you. And remember, the time that you guys were underneath Fair, you were ambushed by frost giants and then also chased by the Knights of Nine. So you have
Oh,
those
yeah.
things to worry about.
Forgot about the frost giants. Where was the part of the coast where all the werewolves and stuff were before?
You
Was that
guys
up
are
that
on
high? Oh, we're on it now.
Yeah, it's that whole wood line that's underneath you here. So all the way up that goes like that. That's where they have been roaming, and then
Okay.
parts of that forest right there. That forest that my arrow is on is the Fey Forest.
The other option that I have is how I got Mr. Alexi, Mr. Jew, myself, and Mr. Vaymont to Fingsport quicker, which was to polymorph. I could polymorph one or two of y'all, depending upon how many are coming, and we could get there a little bit faster.
Have you not seen the woods outside of Fangsport?
I can get us to Fingsport, definitely. We could go right now.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. You were talking about the other direction.
The other,
Apologies.
right. I'm sorry.
Hey Ben, do I have any idea about how long Dark Sun has been building his base of power and operating up there? Does it maybe coincide somewhat with the 200 years that town's been wonky?
You would know that the Dark Sun has not been in operation for as long as more.
So that predates whatever
predates
issue predates
yeah.
him. Oh, okay.
Dark Sun has been pretty recent in the last 40 years around.
Okay, so that town's has had its own problems for a while.
Correct.
Whatever's wrong with it, it's been wrong with it for a while.
Yeah.
I would say, Ms. Dendred, if we're going back to Fangsport, if you're talking about taking a ship there, um, there's been stories. That is not a very good port to sail into up north.
Yes, Mortisport has been known to have something wrong with it.
Do you think it's safer to approach by land?
I mean,
It's going to sound strange, but I trust what I don't know
Probably.
over what I do know.
Hmm.
oh, yeah,
The time difference is significant,
a lot. Yeah,
but we could find that the ship is in our service once we arrive in Fangsport. But
I mean,
I believe we have enough money to hire a ship in Fangsport, should we need to.
we still have our ship in Fangsport, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes, but he's talking about
But-
saying that remember your relations with Azarian is starting to get a little.
Yeah.
Could we
From the
potentially
rumors, Azarian's getting a little bit less nice.
Who would have saw that coming?
could we maybe hire some horses and carts and go by land, but cut down that time?
Greenwood's just not an equipped town.
Well, we might be able to find out something more about it from the sailors.
We are faced
Two.
with the age-old question: what traps lie along the easy route?
Well, I mean, if it was my choice, like I said, I would polymorph one or two of y'all, but that would be flight. That would not be on the ground.
Ben, what do I know about the area, the travel route between here and where I'm from?
Again,
You know,
it's the same
kinda almost
situation.
there.
Remember, you had your incident, which got
I-
you into
yeah,
the Fake
okay.
Forest. So it is this area. Anything above Greenwood is hostile. It is a very dangerous. It's unruly. There's not a lot of. There's no government control. And this is where in the last 40 years, Dark Sun has his armies are roaming. Now you have taken care of Ripperjack, so the werewolf problem is pretty much on its lower end. You've killed a lot of undead, but there's very likelihood the Knights of Nine will be somewhere in the mix at some point. They've already hit you once, and that was in Greenwood.
I almost think that going by boat might be better, even though there's stories about the port. We're going to the town. If we're going to the town, regardless, a lot of rumors about the town being messed up.
Van Row is not in Mortisport.
Yeah.
It's in the area
He's
east
in
of
that
Mortisport.
area.
So you don't have to go to
Okay.
Mortisport. You could go north by the position that you are and take the travel of that from where it is. The biggest obstacle right off the bat would be, of course, the Fey Forest. If the Fey have left you alone. And that's in the hands of HK.
Oh. We should probably just skip Mortisport altogether then, if we can.
Do we know that's in the hands of HK? Does anybody notice that he's missing? Because he kind of left and left a post-it, right?
No, he walked out, but no one really stopped him. He was intent, but he wasn't also checking in with everybody to say a polite goodbye. It was sort of like, you see me, I'm walking, goodbye.
Oh yeah, do we have a way of how he's going to find us if we move?
He didn't make a plan with you guys. He did all that was, he did it and he went on his own, which I know it upset Zindrid quite a bit because this was all
Zindrid, can you still communicate using your communication spell or whatever it is that you have that you can usually?
I can. Whom do we need to contact?
No, I'm just asking so you can still be in contact with HK to tell him where we are, where we're going.
Indeed, I should be able to still send a message to HK.
Okay, so he's not just gone. That's good.
Because if I remember correctly, just verifying, but I'm pretty damn positive it crosses existence.
I believe it gets harder across planes.
Any distance and even to other planes of existence, but if the target is on a different plane, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
5%?
5%.
bad. Well, if we go by land north, it'll be easier for him to catch up with us as well.
I might also ask, Lady Zindrid, do you have any knowledge of the Underdark to the north? Are there any settlements that you're aware of that we might utilize below ground as opposed to above ground? We know
That
we have
would
to
be
go below
less
ground to
dangerous?
find the. Well, we know we have to go below ground to find this beholder, right? We know he's in
Fair
caves
enough.
or something.
That's an excellent question, and I've been tramping about on the surface following y'all around for so long I often forget. Are there any shortcuts through the Underdark between here and there, roughly, that Zendrid would be aware of?
You do know there are tunnel networks, but they are not civilized. Again, it would be just you would feel that it would be
It's
more
going through the
dangerous.
wilds.
Yeah.
We're not going to find a safe way.
It
Yes,
would
we
more
could
likely
definitely
be dangerous with your party would have consist of compared to if you had more drow, it would be fine. But you are now minus most of your obsidian ravens.
Yes,
Whole lot of human eyes.
We could definitely make it through beneath the surface, but most of us may not. It would be very dangerous.
My only real thought about the ship travel is that we're talking about sailing around the continent. That seems counterintuitive to walking a few days. So I don't know. We're aiming somewhere between Mortisport and Fair, but neither seem the best of destinations to arrive at, replenish supplies, and then foray into the caves.
I vote for replenishment if possible.
What are we voting for?
By land or by sea?
As I stated after Rydell's funeral, I don't think that there can be any further delays. I believe the fastest route is the only option. Ghost stories be damned.
I would agree with that assessment.
Well, I guess I did already say as well that we needed to. Time is more of the essence now, so.
Yep.
I guess I should also vote for that since it goes along with what I had already said.
And our foes come at us at every turn, in every location. So regardless of which route we choose, we know our journey will not be safe. Let us simply get there faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 for boat.
And I mean, we could do that and kind of hug the coastline. So if we need to dock or hit land ASAP.
And since the boat's going in like around there, it had to go in the river and stuff. It's probably hugs the coastline anyway. Probably wouldn't be going out into deep sea.
Yeah.
All right. So you are going to go through the route of Cassandra's tree porting, or are you going to travel normally?
She said she could do 2. Is that something that can be done repeatedly to
No, she can do the
zip
tree
us all through?
She can do the tree instantaneous.
Okay.
It was the polymorph flying.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, I got you. Yeah, I mean, why not? If we can do it, why not do it? We just gotta, if Zindri could try to communicate to HK where we're going and what we're doing.
Certainly. Zendred will grasp the hilt of the Raven Queen's sword and send a message to HK, basically outlining our plan and asking him to reply, acknowledging that he got the message. Because then if I don't get a reply, I'll send it again later.
Please roll me a percentile dice.
Certainly. $75.
Okay. Give me a. You're saying basically what the plan is to him?
Correct. Our route, where we're going, and
just give me a moment.
Keeping in mind, so long as we're not on the ship when he comes back, I can get to him.
That's true. You can take a tree and.
Or fly.
Huh?
Okay. There is no response back at the moment. You feel like you connected, but for weirdly enough, the response is not happening.
okay.
Could be busy talking to the elves.
As you are
Indeed.
preparing, your town guards, let me get them. Paul and Sam, pretty much Sam will come to you, Zindrid, since HK left, and go, my lady, there are, two of those fey elves at the perimeter of the woods.
And what are they doing?
Oh, they wish to, parlay, sorry. My bad.
Very well, then I guess we shall go and speak to them.
Okay, do you go alone? Well, you go alone.
No, I will let everybody else know where I'm going, and anybody who chooses to come can follow.
Okay, who is going?
I will wild shape into a ginger cat,
Perfect.
aka Mr. Fluffykins, and I will follow.
Okay. Elarin, you going?
I have to
If the
say,
cat comes near Zendred, she kicks at it.
Sorry. Elarin going? No? Yes, no.
Yeah, I'll go. Fuck
Okay.
it.
Aletsky, are you going?
I want to ask woman, female woman with the group.
You broke up. Say that one more time.
He's asking if Pepper
Alexi
is
would ask the guard.
Oh,
Yeah, is there a redhead woman with a group?
redhead woman? No, she has brown hair.
Okay. Was there a female human with the group?
No. They're elves.
Then
Didn't
Alexi
her
would
ears
go.
change?
Might have.
Or was that? I don't know. I was watching. That might have been in HK's thing. I don't remember.
So, Matt, you staying or going?
No, if there's not a female human with the group, Alexi will go.
Okay, you're going. Jew, are you going?
Yeah, I'll go.
So everybody's going. Okay. So Vivian will not be there. We'll leave Vayne.
He's like, oh, I don't want to hang out by myself.
All right. At this time, there is a Eladrian elf. She has brown hair. She has very much similar features of Pepper. And there's a male elf there as well. And Limonika, you may appear and describe who you are.
Well, the last time we saw Pepper, it wasn't good on our end.
You're muted again. Put your thing down.
Sorry, new headset. My apologies.
No, the elf just can't talk. It's a birth
Stunned.
defect.
Before you stands an elf with greenish hair, kind of like short dreadlocks that are spiked up, um, shaved sides to his hair. He has very bright but deeply purple uh, eye color eye coloring. He is his armor is almost organic in nature. It looks like it could be and feathers and such, but it does look like it's functional armor. It almost has a leathery consistency to it, but it doesn't look like standard leather. He carries with him an ornate bow, and you do see that on his back is strapped an ornate elven blade. Uh, he approaches Zindred. He doesn't seem to pay much mind to any of the others. He stops well short of Zindred, basically a safe distance so as not to impose threat. And he bows his head and lowers his shoulders to Zindred. May I have your leave to speak, milady?
That is why we came.
I am Kyrian Starglow of the Jena de Gathir, and I have been asked to serve you, and I offer you my bow and my service. Titania, the queen of the summer court, has heard the offer of appeasement from your compatriot. And at his request, I have been sent to aid you during his absence while he answers for the crimes of the fallen one.
To be clear,
He does cast a very disparaging glance towards Elrond.
I wink at him.
Wow.
to be clear, are you sent by HK or by the Queen?
I am sent by the Queen. HK, the one you call HK, the Knight of the Summer Court. Correction, the protector of the former Knight of the Summer Court, has made an offer to the Queen, and she has responded by heeding his terms. As part of that offer, I was sent by the Queen to answer only to you in all things and all matters, save where your needs separate from the Queen herself. I am yours to command, my lady.
I want HK back.
I'm skipping or something. Everything's really weird. So if you can hear me,
Yeah.
didn't catch most of the last of what Leonika said.
Yeah, you sound good, or at least to
If
me.
you want, take a little reboot, and that should fix your audio thing. It's been going off and on. While
I'll
we're
hold
doing
off and give him a reply.
Ilarian, would you please give me an insight check? And Leonika, could you please roll, say deception, yes.
12. How about another history check?
I don't know if I was being deceptive.
Okay.
My roll is an 11.
11. You will pick
Oh!
up. You will pick up with the glare, and your little part that there is definitely a sort of disdain between from this Eladrian with you.
Wait, I don't think I needed a roll to know he didn't like
I was
me.
going to say, I wasn't trying to hide that.
You weren't, but I'm saying I'm just letting you know it's deep.
I could have rolled a natural 1.
You got that? You got that well?
Roll a 1 and be like, yep, nope, still good.
It's like this, Jake.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll a 1
Just gonna roll it.
without rolling. Without
Yeah.
rolling.
I take a
Got an
1.
itch on my nose.
Look into my eye.
I got something in my pocket for you. Hold on, let me get.
Okay.
Let me turn that up.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say, Larian, while Zindra gets back into booting? But
What?
rebooted?
What exactly is HK doing? Where is he?
That is not for me to say. What is for me to say is that his talks with the Queen have gone well from your perspective.
Okay, so you don't. When's he?
Not yet.
Yeah, I saw his name pop up for a minute.
Partially glad I'm not the only one having internet issues.
Yeah, it's that time of day. Well, to help through this, Zindred will accept this and go,
Okay.
what is this for?
Once per day, you will be able to communicate with your compatriot, and he will be able to respond to you for as long as he remains at the Queen's pleasure.
Pretty sure he would say, like, I can pretty much do that now.
This is the Queen's offering to you. Whatever mortal means you may be employing may not always work.
And she will take it.
Glenn just commented. Said Zindred accepts, but with some kind of frustrated under her breath comment about not seeking leadership.
Okay. Cool. Well, glad he's listening well. All right then. So, Kyrian is brought into the fold. Pepper will leave you and head back into the Fey Forest.
Not Pepper.
It seems
Pepper,
to
not
be
Pepper.
a pepper-looking person.
Pepper light.
Pepper-like.
As we're oh, Juice gone. It was for you.
He's back. He's back.
Oh, as we're walking back, I'll lean over to Jew and go, "You got Vaymont. Now I got this fucking guy." Jesus.
Hey,
We all got somebody.
I got your back if you got mine.
Rest assured, fallen one, no harm will come to you by my hand. I honor my obligations to my queen, and unless Lady Zindred wishes me to do so, you will be safe from me.
So you're not saying there's not a chance?
What was your name?
Kyrian, Starglow.
Can you change your title on the thing?
I sure
To be
can.
determined.
You're not wearing a
Let
name
me.
tag.
Could you put a name tag on, please?
Well, Kyrian, I am Zhu Xiang, friend of HK.
Give him the full title. Come on, it's the first time you're introducing
Zhu
yourself.
Xiang, the Cursebreaker, Werewolf Slayer, and Gladiatorial Champion. Co-champion of the Gladiatorial Arena with HK. Undefeated.
Next time, leave off the co-champion part. Just stick with champion. They don't need to know
I'll
that.
make sure he knows there's a connection with me and HK. I miss HK. It's my boy.
Your accolades precede you.
World Tag Team
It
Champion.
is strange to me. You do not mention your clan, your people. You just mention these titles.
My clan and my people are here with me.
But they're not part of your name.
Next time, add "and these fucking guys" to the end of it.
Oh shit!
I
I might. You bring up a good question. I might have to change my name.
It's clearly not long enough.
I'm of the Gender Gathier.
Well, Alarin, you could add Fallen One to your name should you feel the jealousy building on my title.
Then everybody's definitely gonna think I'm the bad guy.
That's because you are.
Perspective. Everyone's a villain in somebody else's story.
Mm. And in that perspective, the question is, how many of those stories are you the villain in? If you're the villain in more stories than less, then you must be the villain.
Well, I guess time will tell.
Time has told.
No, story's not over yet.
And that is why your friend remains. He is true to you. He might very well be the most honorable mortal I've ever known.
I'm not gonna argue with you on that one.
You should have done better by him.
Trying to get the job done. This is what we were supposed to do all along.
It is not my
It's
place
the
to
mission
say
we were sent on.
I am a warrior for the Fae. The summer burns through my veins. The heat. But I follow my promises.
Oh, before the other elf leaves, she will remind you someone else had to go as well.
Oh, yes. Please note that as part of this decision that your friend has made, his mate will be accompanying him in the Fey realms and is already there.
So the other elf, may we get Vivian, please?
Yes.
I thought you said she was already there.
I'm sorry. I thought she was. My apologies.
Mm-hmm.
In his way, she is. In his story. She's going to go. She's going to go and get her unless someone else is stopping her.
You're taking her to HK,
Correct.
and I don't see why any of us would try to stop that.
Okay. All right, so that is done. And I'm going to send you a message, Lee. This is
Okay.
This is the you now at this point you would have gotten the message from Zindred, and this is the time frame when you're able to respond.
Okay.
Oh.
You all hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yep.
So, campground that we're currently on has crappy internet, so I've been using my phone as a hotspot. Unfortunately, I ran out of 5G data.
Sucks.
No, campground crappy internet, which may dump me. Sorry.
It's all good. Did you pick up on a lot of the conversation that was going on?
I caught the original offer, and that's about as far as I got any of it.
Okay. So look, quick recap. You were given a ruby that Kirion is saying is more stable because it is an offering from the Queen than what you're able to do. So you do have that. That will, once a day, be able to talk to HK. And he is in service to you, and promise not to kill Ilarion or harm him unless you deem so, that it is part of the necessary objective.
And he's very willing to.
Yeah.
And the Fae is going to stop interfering.
As as far as you know, that's part of HK is doing some type of service for that. But they have asked to take Vivian now at this moment, and no one else is really stopping.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't stop them from taking Vivian to HK.
After moments of her leaving, you will now get a reply back from your sending spell. Lee, you want, you can type that to a message personally to Clint.
Okay. Do I have a word limit on that, or 25. Is it 25? Okay.
Whew. He's going to spend the next 45 minutes playing with the wording.
It won't take me that long.
We'll see. All right. So assume everybody else can now head off to the tree thing. If that is the plan, unless there's something else you wish to do, or check, discuss, or string Kyrian up. I don't know.
Or go to the bathroom. Yay!
Or time to use the restroom.
Did Kyrian make an ass of himself and everybody hates him?
Well, him and Ilarion already don't like each other. We made that a spoken word already, so.
Naturally.
Yeah.
He did make Kyrian did make it very clear that that he's that HK may be the most honorable mortal he's ever met.
He's not biased at all, though.
He's not biased at all.
Kyrian doesn't even like mortals, so the fact that he said that is pretty impressive.
I was making an out-of-game connection.
Yeah, Glenn's calling out you.
Yeah, I gathered.
And he's only met one mortal, so that's a pretty easy statement to make.
Exactly.
He got nothing to do with your character, Lee, because this is all about you.
I'm sure that amongst our group, he will find that honor is not that uncommon a trait among the mortals.
We'll see.
Depending on...
So far, mortal number 2 is Ilarion, so... We'll see. I look
you dead in the eye and say, and if I'm the third, the balance still stands that will show you otherwise.
My lady, the queen herself, holds you in high esteem. This is not something she would have done if she did not. By her hand, I act. By her will, I act on your behalf.
My messages sent through the Fae that I've met have been brash and fraught with both grief and anger. I was worried that she might think quite differently of me.
Cass will look at Zindred and go, no.
Things are going so well, too.
Will she?
She is still a cat, Glenn. I know you were gone, but she is still a cat, so...
And then she's gonna knock your drink off the table.
Wait, are we at a table now? We're not in the woods?
No, you're still near the woods. You haven't told me where
I'm just making a joke.
No, well, if I had a cup of water handy, I would throw it at the cat. That's why I asked.
No.
Well, it's already spilled, so...
Alright, let me see if I can get this word count done. I got it written. See how close I am.
You wrote it by hand to now type it in?
No, I typed it in.
Okay. I was going to say, because that's very curmudgeonly.
All right.
And I would be proud, because I do it.
Oh, that's 4. I got 50 words already? That's not a good sign.
50 words? The frick? Like a few sentences, man.
Don't count the connector words. There's so few letters that they're not important.
They count. All right, are you guys going to leave now toward the tree?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, do we have everything we need? Or I guess we can get stuff with Bankport.
Once we gather all of our stuff and we're 100% ready to go, we started this out as a discussion about where, as opposed to we already packed everything. So.
All right. So Cassandra, you will prepare the spell, cast it.
I will wild shape. I will drop my wild shape and go back to my normal visage.
I like the kitty. Should be the kitty.
Well,
one.
I can't cast as a kitty, so I will drop the kitty and
Sounds
I will.
like something that should be homebrewed into existence.
I can cast as a kitty, but not until later.
I did recently write a druid subclass that has an apex form of wild shape you can still cast in.
So yeah, I will drop kitty shape and I will cast the spell. And we have like, I think it's 10 seconds to get through the tree. So come on.
Okay. So everyone's through the tree. You are outside of
Yes.
Kingsport. Is there anything you wish to specifically do at Fangsport, or just try to get to the boat?
I'd like to continue and do the shopping I intended to do the last time I was here.
So, everyone cool with that?
As long as it doesn't take too long.
Sure.
Zendred heaves a sigh and says, I hate this city. Why does it feel like we're going backwards?
Mr. Alexi, I have a spell that requires a diamond, but I don't
No.
have that much.
No. Do not bring up diamonds to me. Ever.
Zendred hands you enough money to go to buy a couple while we're in town if you can find them. Without a word.
Thank you, Miss Zendred.
All right. So, Alesky, where would you like to go?
I don't know that we ever really discovered an actual shopping emporium. But I'm...
Nope, Fangsport does not seem to have them all.
Well, no, I mean, anytime we've ever gotten something
Walmart.
through the runner.
Ooh.
So
Things
I
for
don't know,
Walmart? Come on.
I don't know where we would go. I mean, I might... My first thought would be to go ask Hartmore where I could go to buy it, or to her establishment where I could shop for that type of thing. I'm looking for the rod that warlocks use to boost their powers. So
Okay, so you were going to the Raven Grave.
Ben, would the guy at the store that I went to, that HK and I went to when we first came to Fangsport, know where he could get that? Wasn't that like a magic type of shop?
Probably.
I gotta go back. Way back for that name.
yeah, I mean, if people in the group know where we
I could pick
can
them there.
go, I never was part of the shopping before, so I don't know where that might be.
Yeah, that was when HK and I were going and trying to figure out what my deal was. We went to a store.
I'm pretty sure. I think we've always used the runner, so I'm not really sure.
No,
Unless it's a bar.
The first
I know
time
the
around,
taverns.
we went somewhere, but that was a while ago.
Shop called the Druid Circle. Did they know where to find that?
You know what place is. Again, things have changed because you went back in time in some parts, so these people don't fully know you, or they
Yeah,
don't
but I'd
recognize
still
you.
know that his shop was there just
Yeah.
because he doesn't.
Right.
I mean, he wouldn't remember me even if we didn't change things because I went to the shop one time and talked to him. I just meant more as a, hey, maybe you could find it here. I've been to that store before and they have stuff.
And
Do you notice I found my notebook?
good.
That's how I could look it up.
Guess what? I'll give you a history roll for that because you did pull it out of your notes.
$29.
All right. You have it written down as the name of the place is the Druid Circle.
Yep.
All right. You would know that as an herbalist shop, so not likely to have magical items. and he probably low end, maybe know something. I mean, town's a town. I mean, if you go to visit a tavern, talk to a bar shop owner, likelihood that will rise. They'll probably know more. But again, the more you talk, the more likely you're about to get the spy network back on your tail.
Yep. Sorry, on your own.
So what's the plan?
Well, I think the simplest thing is to just go back to where we're familiar and known and just ask, for directions. I don't think it would involve any kind of wheeling and dealing. I would hope not, for just the knowledge of where in town I can go to purchase something.
Okay. So the Raven Grave?
And I'll meet all of you back at the ship.
Cass is looking for a jeweler. If that wasn't obvious.
Okay, you give me a history check with advantage because you are you have stayed at Fingsport quite a bit.
17.
All right. You know of a place called iDragon, owned by Velvet Hadir. She is more likely to have your gem.
Well, I believe I was given enough for possibly 2.
Yep.
So, that's where I'm going. And if Alexi's stuff requires more role-playing, then I'm willing to say, can I go in there, finagle, and walk out with 2 diamonds?
You may. And because I know
Okey-doke.
he has a lot of money, you're really set. So you'll have
Just
2
let me know
diamonds.
how much I was able to finagle for 2 diamonds. At least $300 worth normally. She's asking for a bill.
You will have enough to be covered.
Okay.
Did you want extra? You're trying to get extra money off of her, or are you're fine with straight up?
I'm fine with straight up. I don't know how much my lady is fine with straight up.
So it will cost you. It'll be 200 straight. You're pretty much fine. So Oleski, you're going to go to the Raven Grave by yourself.
Yeah, unless anybody else. No, Jew, you cannot go along.
No one should go anywhere alone anymore. Ever.
That's fair, but don't let Jew anywhere near there.
All right. So who's going with him?
Cass is willing to make it in the same shopping trip.
Okay. So let's do that. So the 2 of you are going to go. Anything you wish to discuss amongst each other before you see Hartmoor again?
I don't know that we need to go all the way to Hartmoor. If the runner that was working with us is handy, or the bartender or whatever. This is just the only place that I know that is relatively friendly to us and should give us a straight answer, in theory.
Okay. So you will go to the owner. One of the bartenders.
To start, yeah, I figured this is a good contact place for us, and I'm just looking.
Pike will go, sorry, mate. If you need magical deals going on, you gotta see the boss.
I'm just looking for a local shop. I don't know the city very well. Can you give me directions to one of the establishments in the quarter that I could shop at?
Yeah. Sure, if you just want to go shop. Alathar's Glorious Items is a place you go see. You just kind of go outside, cross the bridge again. I believe it's over somewhere around the front gates area, I believe.
Does that line up with what Cass knows, since you gave me advantage on trying to find a place?
You possibly have heard of that place, but you've never really needed it for magical items and things, so... no, actually, he'll tell you it is... I think you guys actually... You remember being there. It is in the center island. Near the, mayor's house.
That's where HK got some of his oils, isn't it?
Yep, you guys have been there before. But it'll put you right back in the center of the Finksport.
Well, it's not the ideal location for shopping, but I do recall the place being well stocked.
Cassandra, are you limited to altering us into animals, or can you change appearances?
Well, let me check.
I'll slide the bartender a gold coin for his information. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This is creature to creature, so I mean, it says creature to creature. So I would, Ben, you can correct me depending upon your flavor, but I would assume that might mean that like I can change a human to a half orc, but that would be a polymorph, so it would be.
Polymorph is more for like animals. You're
Right.
restricting them to
Yeah.
these. Otherwise, you would do like alter self or
Right.
the
Okay.
more defined spells listed out.
Yep. So nope. I don't think I can help you there, Mr. Zhu.
Well, what about a bipedal creature? So Alessi can make the trip to the shop basically in disguise and get what he needs without fear of exposure.
No, that won't work.
No?
If we use magic like that, the groups that we're worried about maybe noticing us will notice that somebody is using magic in a way that makes us more curious to them.
Are you all afraid of being seen here?
Seen? No. Drawing attention? Not the best thing here.
I would agree with that. I've been in and out of this port for as long as I've been able to walk. You don't want anybody noticing you.
I would say that would be incorrect. I actually prefer when people notice me.
Well, you do you.
Unless we're in battle, at which point, until I am ready to be noticed, I remain hidden. Do you intend to attack or assault this city?
No. But every quarter has a controlling element, and the central quarter's controlling element is a drow family.
Oh. Lady Zindred, can you not tell your fellows to leave those people in your control alone?
They're not my family, and what influence that I am able to have here has not proven to be great, though we have not met with them directly. Each time we've come, this hesitancy to move is one of the many reasons that I hate this city. It seems to be simply find an inn or any other hole that we can and hide in it and scurry about, and I'm tired of this.
Then command your people to just go and get what they will.
I do not command people. If they choose to go shopping, I'm confident that they can handle to shop on their own. I would have expected them to select a merchant and have been gone by now, but...
Well, the queens of the courts are and even the archfey under them are much more decisive about things. If they wish something, they simply send somebody to get it, or
Well, that's why you're not
ask
in the
somebody
Fae
to get it.
anymore.
Well, to be clear, these are my companions, not my servants. I do not pretend to hold dominion over any of them. Nor do I have as little disregard for those in my service, and she glances at Shadow Smite if she's available
Oh yeah.
and not hiding somewhere, than the Queen does.
The queen holds her people in great esteem and regard. She simply expects that they will do what it takes to accomplish the task she sets before them. And if it is something that these individuals under your command want, I apologize for overstepping. I merely fail to understand the need. I was told I was being sent to aid great heroes,
Laura
and yet
will move up to you and lean into you and whisper, "You're giving my lady a headache? Silence,
I
or I'll
apologize.
cut your tongue out."
Woo!
Shadow Smite, we just met him.
Sorry, I'm touchy.
He
I'm sorry, I'm touchy from right out. Let's just
he
go.
he bows apologetically, lowers his posture to Laura, and steps back. Stands to Zindred's right, and at a position of attention.
As way of apology, Zindred will say aside to you, it is much different in the mortal realm than it is in the Fae. It may take some time for you to adjust, just as it did for me when I came up from below. I found it best at first to hold my tongue and ask questions until I understood.
I will do my best, my liege.
Aleski, what is your passive perception?
Not enough.
How about Cassandra?
11.
Is that a 2? 20?
20 for me.
11.
Okay. So you two are gonna go to the Emporium.
Yeah, I mean, now that we have a target, we can go there, get it done, get back, and leave.
As you leave and you're heading out, Cassandra, you have been in Fangsport for a while. Obviously, for many different reasons in your experience. You're being tailed. And you picked this up because it was somebody who came out of the Raven Grave with you.
I will. Not that I've been unfamiliar with Alexi. I will kind of lean into him like we're really friendly and go, "Somebody's following us," and then stand up again.
Matt, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
That I can do. As soon as I find it. And then I can't. 10.
So Cassandra, when you leaned in to tell him that, he instinctively put his arm around you and your shoulder, and he's holding you there.
Well,
What happens in Fangsport stays in Fangsport.
You are two alone, so.
um,
Well, that's just to be expected, dear.
Mr. Lexi, I was just trying to convey a message. Unless you want to keep this act up.
Well, yes, we should keep up appearances, absolutely.
Matt, you now have inspiration.
She will, like, nervously, tentatively put her arm around his waist the other way. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm follow along.
Okay. And do it, just continue to walk?
Well, yeah, we're going shopping.
Okay.
No.
Oh, off chat. All right, so you move along. Cassandra, you are definitely, like I said, you've picked up a tail. You can make
Not
give
the
me a
one you get
perception
when
to
you have a
see-
cat.
Yeah, you're not getting that tail yet. Perception to see who it is.
Everybody picks up a tail in Fangsport. Like, there are people standing around just waiting to tail people.
The Tailors Guild. That has nothing to do with clothes.
Yep.
That's
Called
a
being
20.
in Fangsport.
Yeah. 27.
It is a female tiefling.
And do I recognize them or just recognize their race?
You just know the species, yeah. It is a tiefling and a female
See?
because she's got long hair.
Couldn't have anything to do with Alexi.
She's very attractive, but she's also very well cloaked in a very deep red cloak.
I will lay my head on Alexi's shoulder and say, the one in red, it's Tieflin.
You haven't seen any of this, of course, Matt.
And probably wouldn't if I looked around anyway, so.
Yeah, you're having a hard time focusing on outside what's going on right now.
Let's just get our shopping done and we can get back to our lodgings and then, take it from there.
Right.
All right. You get to Alathar's. Well, I hold on. You get to the bridge, and the guards stop you.
Tell these fucking guards every time.
Hail and well met.
Yeah, whatever you say. What are you doing going this direction?
Oh, we're just passing on to go to Alathar's.
Do I know you?
Well, out of game.
Yeah, I know you, don't I?
Out of game, yes, we've been through here, and in fact, Russell bribed and charmed the guard before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fangsport High, class of '89.
Trying to
I
remember
know
which-
you.
You're not there, Jacob.
I suppose you might know us. We've been through, we travel through here occasionally.
Occasionally. So what are you doing today?
Shopping at Alathar's.
Oh. For what?
I'm hoping to find some magic that will make me more effective and support the champions, Jew and HK, as one of their trainers.
Oh, yeah. All right. I thought I knew you. You were them. You're the manager.
Yeah, I'm just a minor, supporter of the champions, but they accept me in their circle.
Oh, all right. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And this is my date, Cassandra.
Yeah.
We're going shopping together.
You should get her a dress. She needs to dress up a little bit more.
What's wrong with the way I'm
You
dressed?
look like a fucking pirate. I'm just saying, but whatever. Whatever you're into.
It's a costume.
Oh, yeah, okay. That fits. That's Fangsport. Sure.
Because people wear costumes every Tuesday.
Yeah, it's pretty common. Only on Wednesday we don't wear costumes. All right, yeah, go ahead, man. All right, so you get past the guards. You're at Alathar's. It's a little gnome. White hair. Yes, may I help you?
Hail and well met.
When we got in the door, Cass will have let go of Alexi to try to walk away to look at other things so he can do his shopping.
Okay.
Then you'll have to get his hand out of your back pocket.
Yep.
Like I said, try. I don't.
No, he'll let you go. He has intended business.
Okay.
So Fair day, good shopkeeper. We're here to peruse your wares and perhaps make a purchase.
Oh, good. What can I get you?
I understand there are rods or staves that caster can channel his energies through to make him more potent and effective. And I'm in search of something like that to help improve my craft.
Magic, huh? I don't often have a lot for you wizard types. Do you have a name of it so I can go through my the backstop?
I've heard it once called a rod of the Pact Keeper. But that may have just been somebody being pompous and self-promoting.
Ah, let's see. Well, how much you got on you? It's pretty pricey.
How much are you asking for it?
1,700.
That's fairly steep for something that's supposedly relatively common.
It's not common around here. We don't have much of you mage types. Want a sword? Magic swords? I got lots of them. Pretty cheap.
No, I couldn't do 1,700. I could do 700 maybe.
700.
It's a stick.
1,100.
You don't even know if you have one yet, do you? You haven't even gone back and looked.
I think I have one. But that's the only one I got. Could be gone by tomorrow. $1,100, final offer.
I doubt it's of any use of you, because you said you have very few wizardly types around here. Perhaps a trade then. Something of more value to you than that rod.
What do you got?
This garment that can be worn by basically anybody would enhance the strength of the wearer to the proportions of a giant.
Not bad. Not bad. As he's thinking, someone is coming to the door. It is that tiefling. And then she says, I will purchase it for him. And coin comes out and hits the counter. He goes, very well. I'll be right back. You see a very attractive tiefling woman, red cloak, adorned in like a breastplate, but you see very familiar abyssal ruins to it.
Is she really a tiefling?
Yes, she is really a tiefling.
And Cass is behind her trying to go, but that's the one that was...
And she's been trying to find you. You're a father now.
No, none of those are tieflings. Pretty sure of that.
Only pretty sure?
Yeah, sounds like there's room for error.
One would think you have inside knowledge, Aleski.
So what would you two like to do? Just wait.
Well, my lady, to what do I owe the pleasure of your purse?
Oh, don't worry, Daddy. I think I owe you.
I think you may have the roles reversed. I mean, your actions were more that of a sugar mama, not me of a sugar daddy.
Oh, you
Excuse
definitely
me?
were not the sugar daddy, but I am here to help for the cause.
You were too spicy to be a sugar daddy.
I'm sorry, you've got me at a bit of a loss.
I'm sorry, Father. I don't mean to get you all concerned and upset. I like your date, though. She's cute.
All right.
Cass is blushing
Perhaps you have
bluer.
me confused with somebody else. I don't. I mean, I'm not a. I. How old are you?
Oh, age kind of changes with things. You should start to know. I mean, the realms are different now. But I understand that you're trying to figure things out. And she unclasps her foreguard, rolls up her chainmail sleeve, and you see glowing runes that are identical to the ones that are lit up on you in the same abyssal script.
I'm familiar with that type of adornment. I mean, I have very similar, and he'll roll up his sleeve and.
With that, you can see now, all of a sudden, when both arms are exposed, red, misty-like energy bonds the two of you as it drifts between the two of you. Cassandra, you also see all this. As does the shopkeeper as he, stands there agape.
Discount.
I think I have the right person, Father.
Okay, please allow my rudeness this just one time, but why are you calling me father?
You are my father. That is what I was told, and the script on my arm has proven to me by the seers. I was sent to make sure all comes to pass, as the prophecy was told in the 9 of the 9 hells.
I think we have quite a bit to discuss. I mean, I apologize. I'm very surprised, and I'm a little taken aback at the moment. Again, how old are you?
I suppose this body's age is at 18.
18 years ago, I was rather young and at home in the mountains, and I'm not sure I recall.
Oh, well, that's what you think plain. I mean, I said my body has aged to that ripeness, I guess you would say. But time passes differently where things are necessary, and you made it necessary, thanks to your friend Jew, the great champion, the gladiatorial conqueror. He killed in the
At
name
this
of
moment,
Daughter's good.
friend is a very loose
You.
term, but
So
unfortunately,
he's not like a
he's
brother
my-
to you?
yes, he's like a brother, but our friendship is a bit strained at the moment. He's the brother you have to love, as opposed to wanting to love right at the moment. But you're saying, and I do recall being told I assumed your mother would be still bearing or not have born you yet. But now that you mention the time differences. Please allow me a few moments to catch up with this rolling cart that's careening down the hill on me here.
Of course, Father. It's like I said, I'm here to help you, not hinder you or upset you.
I'm not upset. I'm
Yeah.
dumbfounded.
And here's your stick.
Well, thank you. So where do we go from here?
Let's go to your friends. The quest must begin, correct?
Did you put quotations now? Your friends.
Well, yes. I mean,
Good. She grabs Cassandra. She grabs your hand and leads you out toward the door.
Yeah. Hi.
Lead the way, girlfriend.
Right. Alexei?
turning to the gnome, sir. Thank you for your business. We appreciate your shop and its wares, and I'm sure we'll return someday.
I hope not. I mean, yes.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Excuse me, please.
Okay.
And Alexei will wander out.
All right. And you return back to the group.
Alexei, you better lead. I don't know which docking we're going to.
The only dock we have all the ships.
I mean, I know where the docks are.
Oh,
I just don't know
ship.
which ship.
Yep, true.
Oh, you'll know it when you see it. Well, let's head down to the docks.
All
I
right.
want to accidentally end up on, what is it, Jelly Rolls boat?
Could happen.
As we're walking, Cass is, Mr. Alexei, why didn't you tell me you had a child?
She's arm in arm with you. She hasn't really let you go. So do you really want to whisper this?
Yeah, I'm totally stage whispering the other way at him. I'm assuming he's maybe keeping a little bit of distance.
Okay.
I didn't mention it because I really didn't know. I had been told that I had provided the necessary services to have children, but I didn't expect that to be fully realized yet.
She's gonna give you a look, slightly disgusted, and then she's gonna put her arm around the because she doesn't know anything about anything that's really going on. Nobody's explained shit. And put her arm around the tiefling and go, I'm so sorry you grew up without your daddy. Tell me about yourself.
I know, it's pretty tough, but, you know, you did help me come along, so I feel like we're sisters already.
I helped you along how?
She shows, and then she kind of nudges down to the clothes. This is gonna be fun.
What's your mama like?
I didn't really know her very long. I had to serve,
you
know.
An orphan like me. I'm so sorry, sweetness.
It was tough. Hell is so bad. It's awful. I hope you're gonna help me through all this. I gotta
Bless
make sure
your
my
heart.
father has me around. You know?
Bless your heart.
Oh, I love it when people bless me. It is one of my favorite things. All right, so Zindred and the rest, you guys are close by to the Force of the Storm, captained by Jean-Louis Dancourt. As you're approaching, Aleski definitely looks like he's dragging behind Cassandra, who is arm in arm with a very beautiful tiefling. And she has bright red hair and slightly pinkish toned skin, but very pronounced horns. Shows that she is a tiefling.
Did you say they're back to the group?
Yeah, they're coming to you. You just see an additional person to the party.
It seems as though your people have been noticed, milady.
Hey, Laron. What kind of shopping did Lesky say he was going to be doing? I didn't think we were getting into human trafficking. I thought he was going to go buy a weapon.
Well, again, you see, yeah, but she's not like bounded or anything. She is arm in arm with Cassandra.
Oh, maybe Cassandra picked someone up. It's interesting.
Well,
I didn't.
Mr. Fluffykins is a vile deceiver.
Glenn, you get inspiration if you don't have it.
Thank you.
That's something, vile deceiver, to you.
Nailed it.
It's a good point, Zindred.
And how did you say your character's name again, Lewinica, please?
Kyrian.
Kyrian. Okay.
Yeah.
And Kyrian, that's the thing about Fangsport. Nobody passes through unnoticed. That's why I don't see the sense in trying.
I would concur with your assessment, and I will make note to do the same should I ever be instructed to be here again.
As you approach, the tiefling lets go of you, Cassandra, strides right up to you, the group, and then she walks right up to you, Jew, and completely hugs you. Oh, the champion of the pits. So much to thank you. I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, again, I say thank you.
I am the people's champion.
Oh, more than
I won't add
people's
that to my
champion.
title, though.
Thank you very much again.
Copyright.
Your name?
Oh, you can call me Desire.
Of course you can. Of course you can. And what, pray tell, are you doing here, Desire?
Oh, I'm with my father. And she points to Aleski.
Zendred looks at Aleski.
Wait, what?
And then looks at her. And looks at Aleski. And then looks at her.
She does kind of like a pose. Kind of give you a good face angle so you can see some semblance of her features.
Throws her hands in the air and just storms off.
I think she likes me.
Where's HK when I need some?
Kyrian looks a little confused, looks back and forth. He looks at both of you, mortals, and then follows Indrid.
Aaron, I must say that I totally thought this would have happened to you well before Alexi.
Well,
You're muted, Matt.
Zendred casts over her shoulder. And who's to say it hasn't? We just haven't met them yet.
That's a good point.
So somewhere in the metaverse, somebody just lost a bet.
So, Alexi.
He's trying to work on his voice right now. He's speechless.
He's speechless. I didn't realize shopping for a magical weapon meant bringing a child.
Desire is holding your forearm, so you know, Jew. Fondly.
Holding my...
Yeah.
Too fond.
I
Personal
I think
space.
I'm beginning to
ma'am.
understand what the sigils on me are about. At least partly.
Wait. How many symbols you got on you?
You want to check? When she holds out her arms.
No, Jew. Don't touch her.
I'm not trying to. Nope.
She's the one touching him.
Yep. I go. I kind of shake her off and then go stand behind Alarin.
Okay.
I can't help
Are
you with
you
this one.
alluding to that? Your symbols is like another one of them.
She seems to have the same markings on her arm as I do on mine. And they react to each other.
What about Jew's armor?
I don't
Well-
have any markings on me.
She indicated that you and Cassandra, and I'm assuming Vaymont, were important in her upbringing, her
What?
her growth as a person, her. So I assume you going into the pits in my name, she received the benefits.
Were you doing the
of,
nasty while we were in the gladiator arena trying to fight for you to get your meeting?
It wasn't
Did you
nasty.
knock somebody
It was
up?
beautiful.
I'm confused.
No, not while you were in the gladiatorial arena getting my meeting.
Before and after.
Before. I attended a party. It was a celebration of your big win.
In hell.
We do have big celebrations after we win.
I didn't know it was
The best
specifically in
party.
hell when I attended. There was lots of drink, lots of mood enhancements. And that's when I got my armor, when I was woken up from bed, surprisingly held down, ritual done, my armor given to me. Apparently at that time I provided the initial catalyst for I've been told 3 children, and there were 3 women in the bed with me. So that number seems to match up reasonably well to my memory.
Okay there, Nick Cannon.
Blowing Jew's mind.
So I was told by Hartmore when we left that I was a father and she didn't want to, infringe on the 3 women's connection with me. And I didn't take it all that seriously when she said it.
Yeah, no big deal.
And assumed that, well, if it had occurred, I had time, as I understand the birth process to be. Apparently in hell, that's not necessarily the same amount of time
The same.
as it happens here on the
It's
mortal
got to
plane.
be, because if she's the age that she is compared to when we were just in the gladiatorial arenas, that doesn't match up to normal time.
But Mr. Alexi, didn't you say that y'all went back in time at one point? What's to say is that she wasn't born in a different plane and
Well,
Press!
time.
that's
Marty, I told you not to touch anything.
we are circling around that flows of time issue that we've been discussing with the Feywood and that sort of thing, and potentially with other movement across other planes. So
Oh, I think I understand your quandary. Well,
You're not there. You stormed off with me.
dang it. Well, phooey.
I've
so
had to resist interjecting a couple of times beyond my silly comments, my friend. I apologize.
I am
You're good.
woefully underprepared for this moment, but having no reason to doubt my perceptions and my understanding, allow me to present to you my daughter, Desire.
Hello.
And beyond that, I have to talk to her a whole lot more before I have much more to say in that particular subject.
Zindrid, Alexi's gonna need more money for child support.
Oh no, don't worry. I have all the money. I took care of things.
You took care of things.
Where I come from, money's not a problem. It's all about the name, Jew, and you understand that really well, don't you? And she winks at you.
You two look good together.
Oh, thank
Shut up,
you.
Valerian.
I have a really strong connection to him. He's a part of my being, if you know what I mean.
A part of your what?
Well, he killed in the name of my name.
I'm gonna go
It
find
was
Zindrid and
my father.
Starglow. I'm gonna
Kill it
go
in the
walk.
name
Where,
of-
I'm gonna go follow where
So
they're
he-
going.
Before you turn though, when she said that, would you please give me a wisdom saving throw?
No.
Yeah, you need to. Jacob hasn't.
There's no way he's wise enough to get out of this.
12.
Your eyes turn red instantly, and in a deep voice, the voice is turned. And I will continue to kill in the name of, to make sure we have all that we need happen. And Desire goes, "You are so right." And then your eyes go back normal, and you can turn.
Guys, what the fuck was that?
Oh, that's his inner strength. Isn't it cute? Oh, he's so adorable when he does that.
Yeah. Adorable.
Let's
That's
go to
our
the ship.
Jew.
And Desire is going to take... she grabs Cassandra's hand and is going to lead you guys onto the ship. That leaves Alarian and Lesky alone on the docks.
I'm sorry that this is so sudden.
Yeah. Sudden, all right.
I thought I had at
She-
least 12 more months or 14 more months or
Yeah.
I'm at a loss. I will figure it out though.
Are you? So you're 100% sure?
100% no. But
The math checks out.
at this point I don't have evidence to doubt.
Is she here to plan to come with us, or what's she doing? Has she said what she's here to do?
No,
or?
she said she came to help in the quest. She apparently knows of a prophecy that is known in the Hells. So hopefully we can
That
get more information
says-
about that. But she said the prophecy of the 9 hells.
Hmm. Sounds pleasant.
Sounds like somebody
She
else
say
has a
what-
plan.
Happens in this prophecy, or
No, my total conversation with her
are
is
you in
10
the
minutes.
prophecy?
I don't know. Hopefully she will be willing to put forth more information on this. But this is all a surprise,
Yeah,
and,
real-
and I'm a father. I don't know how that works. I barely know how making the things to be a father works, let alone how being a father works.
I think you figured out the how-to part of the making.
I had a lot of help.
Yeah, well, real.
You could say a lot of encouragement.
No, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with an experienced woman. Okay, so we getting on the boat? Is she coming with us?
I
'Cause
believe she's coming with us.
We're planning on getting right to it, right?
Yes. Unless Sindrid does something to... I have no idea what Lady Sindrid's going to do.
Well, I think we better get going so you can do the introductions before they introduce themselves and it doesn't work out.
I'm not sure that my introduction would make it any better, but yes, let's...
No.
I got what I came to the city for, and let's move on, I guess.
Well, you guys can get to know each other on the boat.
Yeah. Now, at least we have a week and a half or so to make port, so that'll give us time to figure things out, hopefully.
All right, Zindrid, you're on the boat.
Yeah,
You're
like
by the
Steve.
captain.
Mm-hmm.
And assuming you wait for Illyrian, Captain Dancourt goes, "Well, hello. It has been a while."
Indeed, Captain. How soon can you be ready to make sail?
Give me an hour, and I will have the boat ready.
Make it so.
Very well. Rodolph, get the crew ready. And the ship forces storm, starts getting busy, and is preparing to set sail. Excuse me.
Cass will jump in where she feels like she's needed to help on board.
You need to get pride off of desire first.
Oh,
She's arm locked you because she's
oh.
kind of like hanging around.
You done made friends.
Yeah. I can talk with you in a bit, but I cannot sit still while a ship is getting ready to make way. That is not in me. I need to get ready. I need to help this boat get ready. This ship needs to get ready, and I gotta help.
You're so funny when you're nervous. You go right ahead. And she lets you go.
You know, she'll love to watch you work.
I do.
Does she love to watch you or?
Apparently, she has no compulsion about either one.
She's a free spirit.
Hey, Laron. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, buddy. Go for it.
We had a tiefling in our party at one point. Did he and her, and we didn't know they were together?
These are ones that he met while you guys were doing the gladiator thing. He went
Different.
to a big party.
Okay,
Yeah, he went to a big old party
not the same.
in hell. He went to a hell party, and there was apparently an orgy. So, as they do.
You know more than I do. Apparently,
Everybody's got to take the new bike out for a ride.
So, he, I don't know.
very
His
well.
pullout game wasn't as strong as he thought. I don't know. But now he's a daddy.
Yeah. I'm just curious on when we might run into the others that you mentioned.
All of them. How many are there?
I don't want to know.
And what is what's the connection with your armor, bud? She's got some sort of connection with you.
Just a gladiator. She probably saw me fight.
No, that's not what she indicated.
You're gonna trust her word? Someone that just appeared out of nowhere and claims to be the child of one of our companions?
And when your eyes turned red and you started.
My what?
And you spoke. Yeah, your eyes turned red and you did that whole other voice and like, yes, killing in the name.
Ooh, yeah, no.
We're gonna kill. When you were like that, yeah.
Jacob, you get inspiration for mimicking my voice.
You've been drinking? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, but
I mean, my eyes might be a little red if I'm tired. We've been traveling quite a bit without a good rest.
No,
through a tree.
You turned into a werewolf before and did the whole master. They're here. It's kind of similar to that when you're like, master, I'm with them. Come find them on the boat. That's
maybe it's just some lingering effects from that, I guess.
I think it's a different master, same voice. I don't know. There's something going on, Jew. We need to figure it out.
Rico, please, Jew, please roll me another wisdom at disadvantage.
Is it even one? Non-natural.
His eyes glows red again. He reaches out and grabs you by the collar, and in a voice he says, "Back off, wizard. We're killing together. You can feel this." Alarian, please roll a wisdom as well. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Ooh, 3.
You feel immediately this connection to this, whatever's in the armor, but it's jading your thought process of like, yeah, it's okay to leave him alone because we're about to destroy things, and he's a good source for that, and you're on board with that. And then you guys go back to feeling normal.
I feel compelled to feel that?
Yes. You're going to
Yeah, Jew, fuck shit up, buddy. Yeah.
I mean, when we get to where we're going, yeah, of course. Do what I need to do.
We'll watch the world burn together. I mean, yeah, what you said, bud.
I mean, I know you like your fireball. Yes, you can lead with that. Sure. I'm gonna go get some rest.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zindred, of course, you picked up on all that because of your passive.
Okay, I wasn't certain how close they were to me.
Well, your passive's still too good. Cassandra also as well because your passive is that high.
Zendrid heaves a heavy sigh. I hope it is worth the cost.
Almost never.
You're muted, my friend.
In the realm of the seasons, we set the terms
God,
before we make the deal.
Yes, I am certain that you and your people could have handled all of the things that this group has faced much better than we could have, though it would have truly curled your toes despite the experience you think you may have. Do not disparage these men. They have faced things you've not even dreamt of. And yes, they've made deals. And yes, I sigh and lament what's happening to them. But it's necessary. The Raven Queen must be freed when she gets here. It is all for the glory of the Raven Queen. I will use whatever tools are at my disposal.
My lady, you speak as though you were a queen. I defer to your judgment.
All right, is there anything anybody wants to address while you're on the boat? Okay.
Like during travel or right now?
Just before travel. We're gonna. I mean, it'll be like the first immediate anything before the boat is about to set sail. I will cap it at that point. For that. So anything else you
Nope,
wanna
I'm
jump
up
on?
in the rigging,
Very high
hiding.
I have a
Who's
question.
at the front like this?
up? Yeah.
Do I have any inkling of removing the armor, or does that thought never cross my mind?
Never crosses your mind.
Okay.
You are starting to smell, though. Just letting you know in the nicest way possible. You're getting right.
It's true. All right then.
Still love you, brother.
I think
It's getting
Hyurian
hard.
will ask it where he might where he might find beverages.
They do have a.
It's
they'll pass out
BYOB.
water
Sorry.
and
Should've brought your own.
ale, but there's not much. That's kind of like rare occasion, but you are kind of like special guests, so if you insist, they will definitely do so. But
I have heard that you have distilled beverages, ones that taste like the fire of the sun. I would like that.
oh, we don't have that on board. You have to wait till you get back into town.
Oh, that's a tragedy. Is there
Tragedy.
anything?
Let me
close
check
to
with the
that?
mixologist.
Just the beer. And it don't taste like that.
I will
Oh.
take 2 of those.
Okay.
It's Hobbs Piss, right?
No, they're better than that.
Ah. Now Jew's upset.
Okay, gentlemen, let's see what we can look at here.
Rage.
Let's see. Can we aim at the? Let's say the 12th work for you, everybody,
Of February?
or the 19th?
I was like, next week?
Not even next. You mean
in
Thursday?
February, yeah. The 19th works the best, but I can do the 12th if we want to.
Then go for the 19th, maybe? Give me 1 second. Yeah, I would say go for the 19th.
Yeah, I'm good for the 19th. I don't see anything on TTJ.
Let's knock the 19th then. We will return to find out more of what has happened.
All right.
Excellent job, guys.
Yeah, sorry I was late and for my tech issues.
Okay. Things happen. You made.
I'm glad I
Sorry
made
for
it.
my tech issues.
I think everyone's session, everyone's role play has made up for ease very much.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. And I stayed camera free because every time I turned it on, it started breaking up now that I'm on the regular camp Wi-Fi.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for following along, and we will see you on the 19th live again.
Have a good night, everyone.